Texas chili features big pieces of boneless beef chuck roast. The best way to make it is in a slow cooker. The flavor and spices seep into the meat, and the long cooking process will leave the meat tender and amazing. Here's what you'll need to make Texas chili. The ingredients are also listed in the description below. Start by tearing up the tortillas, putting them in a bowl, and adding about a half a cup of chicken broth. Mix the chicken broth in with the tortillas, and you want to microwave for about 3 minutes, but you want to stir it in between. Add the microwaved tortillas to the food processor along with the tomatoes, sugar, and the chipotle. And you want to process it for about a minute. Go ahead and add that mix to the slow cooker. For the meat, you want to go ahead and cut it into about 2-inch pieces, and go ahead and cut any fat off that you can. Season the meat with some salt and pepper. Heat some oil up in a frying pan to medium-high, and go ahead and add the meat. And you want to cook it for about 8 minutes. Just make sure it gets a little bit cooked on every side. It doesn't have to be cooked all the way through. Once you've seared the outside of the beef, go ahead and add it to the slow cooker. And try and save some of the grease and whatever for the next step. Next, chop up the onions, and if you haven't used one of these choppers, it's one of my favorite items in the kitchen. It makes very fast work of dicing up onions, garlic, anything. Add the onions to the remaining grease in the pan from the meat, and you want to cook these for about 8 minutes. While the onions are cooking, go ahead and chop up the garlic and the jalapenos. When the onions are done, go ahead and add the jalapenos, the garlic, the chili powder, and add a little bit of cumin, and the oregano. Cook that for about a minute, and then you want to go ahead and add about a cup of chicken broth, and just get that all mixed in, and then you'll be adding that to the slow cooker. Go ahead and add that onion, pepper, garlic mix into the slow cooker. Final step is to open the beans, and then you want to rinse them before you add them to the slow cooker. Go ahead and mix everything together and cook on high for about 6 or 7 hours.